Let me see. Well, um, maybe with time I get used to make my transmissions. I don't know if I need to, but maybe I need to await, await a bit before begin to speak. I'm use my YouTube Live control panel, but I know that some people, um, I know that some people use to open another um, another computer or smartphone the YouTube channel is and see if the channel is already in live. Oh, I have uh, heard my I have seen my own channel the first transmission I made, the transmission that I explained why I create this channel, and I get I get to the conclusion that maybe it's not a good thing to hear your own voice, because I know my English is not it's not it is not good enough, and I begin to freeze many times as I speak, and I don't feel when I begin to think I don't feel so freely to speak. But I didn't create this channel to have the approval of any other person, and I didn't create it specifically this channel to practice English, although it's good. It's good after all. Improve my English through speaking and making kind of make myself forcing myself to use the language I have learned from many years. And I will say now I will not have any problem of accessing internet to search for each word that I don't know how to use. I don't care. Um, Maybe with time things will improve. But anyways, um, and I didn't think much if I would specifically. I was trying to think if maybe this channel I would only use to make videos as I code, make coding of programs, or when I read my books and etc. But I will live like that, just being to talk and think about stuff. Um, I have the intention of changing my from the place I work. I don't know how can I explain here, but well, if if well as it is a dark channel, I don't have to care much about saying stuff. I just need to don't say the where is the place and the name of the people. I I'm working in a kind of place that I don't like much to work. Um, the place is not. I don't feel valued. I don't feel that I earn the way I wish I have to earn my money and my salary. Even after more than 3 years working there, I can hardly go out, make my own living in my own country with I receive, and I am someone that have I am undergrad I am a undergraduated person. I have finished my studies and I read many stuff and know many I know stuff from my area of work, and compared to my other friends and other people I see, I have the habit of studying, not every day, but I really read a lot. Well, I'm trying to get out of this job, not to go outside of the area of work I'm working, um, but I want to change to another. I don't know if you use the term enterprise. Oh, let me use the first time. I'm using. Let me search. I'll share with you people. Um, okay. No. Word for places. For well, certainly is not a factory. Workroom, works in office, changing office, no. Place of business, no. Shop headquarters, work, offices, base, business. Um, let me let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. No, let me rephrase. I want to change. I want to change the not the business, the office, the enterprise. Oh, I don't care. Place of employment. Jeez. Let me see. Enterprise meaning. Company. I could use the term company. Okay. Well, I'm trying to change the company I work um so to other company that at least not just pay more for my workforce, but um at least a place I can expect to grow and maybe have the possibility to get married with the person I am not I am in love just in love, but I really do like her. We are quite some time together, and I want to make things go forward. have to make risky decisions. And although we are in the beginning of the year, it seems when I begin to think about the end of this year, that we are when I begin to think about the end of this year, it seems to me like I don't have much time. But I have plans. I know what to do, but at the same time I feel insecure because there are many people from my area of work. Yeah, the bubble, the bubble from my area of work that exploded after the pandemic, uh, 19, 19 COVID pandemic, if I'm saying this correctly. Um, the bubble that exploded made many people that just get on my area of work um, get unemployed. So it kind of it's harder to me that I have a formation, a formal, a formal undergraduation in this area. Um, it's kind of hard, you see. I have to know more. I, I, I really like the idea if you could take a place that could have a new opportunity, but I have to, what's the word I can use? I have to jump steps now. I cannot go to another company and begin as a junior and begin to grow and take some years and improve. I cannot. I have to make things happen now. Have to study, not just study a lot. Knowing much stuff that doesn't make you get the job. Many people around the world, but mainly in my country, are lying in their CVs. So I have to have stuff ready to show, so people can know I am able to do stuff to make my work better than simple people that learn by themselves, learning coding by themselves. I have the feeling that I have, I have the feeling that this conversation is going nowhere, but I need I I need to make until the end of the year. I need to change my job to another company. I have promised my beloved one that to the end of the year I could found another job and we could get married. But this year is quite difficult to me to believe in that. Today have today the new president of the United States, Donald Donald J. Trump, have had I don't know if the word is English is assumed the presidency or is another word, but he got officially president of the United States, and I know that this year is a year of instability. I I follow stuff about geopolitics, politics, and news and many other things. I know this year is an unstable year. It's an unstable year to make anything, but I have to make it do it. I have to make it work. Simple as that. Um, I have been studying when I when I am studying coding. Uh, I don't do the uh, usual path that many of my fellow colleagues from the area, that they begin to study coding by seeing an example and reproducing the example, or learning something and trying to make it practical. That is a good way to learn stuff. I don't have time for this, so I'm doing another unusual way. I'm seeing all the videos I have access. Some of them I have paid for the access, and I am seeing one after another. Why is that? I believe if I see everything one first time, most of it I will forget. Even if I study in the normal way, most of it I will forget. But part of it will get in my mind, my memory, and when I'm trying to solve a problem, a programming problem, I I remember the one of the solutions that was presented in those videos, books, and etc. And I will after that go back to reread or re-see or see again, not to view again the video in case of video, and see how to do that stuff, the algorithm or the that technique of programming, and maybe it will make more easily make it maybe it will be, in that way I can have a better imagination of what I am capable of programming, the types of program I can do, and how far they can go. Well, having a feeling now that maybe when I begin to not know how should I speak the English words, and I have the feeling that I'm not expressing myself in the way I really wanted the people to see, but I don't care. I have to make things happen. I have to make risky decisions, and this channel, it's a safe place for now, where I can simply say things that I should do, I'm thinking of doing. Well, so there is no go back, and I'm really sad about the people that are hearing what I am recording here, because well, I can see by myself that my English is um, really bad. But with time I can improve that. Only with practice I can improve that. Well, anyhow, I have until the what's my plan? What's my planning that I have been thinking from since the last year? Since the last year, my planning is I have some platforms, video platforms, and some books and texts about my area of work. I know between many stuff that I have, many topics that I should study that are not topics that you take 1 or 2 or 3 days, but will take maybe weeks or 1 or 2 months of study. I know things that need to learn. I need to learn. I know from university the um, data data bank. It's not data bank. Um, Let me use the search data base. Fine. Let me try something. Well, technically the word is database. I know I know about the concepts of database. Um, I know the concept of database. So I know the concepts of database. And I need to have practical knowledge. I know how can I say that in English. SQ, SQL, SQL then. SQL then. I know SQL. Quite some time since I have seen the the keywords from SQL, but I know this knowledge. I know the relations between databases and stuff like that. But I need to choose a database manager and study how can I make one on my computer, and after make a app, um, primary mobile app, a simple mobile app that sends some kind of message to the server, and the server may send this message back. But at the same time, I need to learn it, to get more in-depth knowledge from C Sharp and um, nowadays I believe .NET MAUI. I need to know MAUI so I can make my views, the views of the screens that I need to uh, make them. So I use MAUI for that. There is much to study. Well, I will use these paid platforms so I can see as fast as I can all the lessons from all the types of stuff, and after when I get home, maybe I will show here in the channel as I try to learn by myself. Uh, I will try to make some propositions of apps that my girlfriend and the other people have ideas, and I try to handle myself a way to make stuff happen. And in a separate time, I'll be in a separate time. I will be studying. When I get home, finding my computer and try to do something as best as I can. Well, don't have much to say here. Maybe I could finish the transmission, but That's my planning. Well, we will see if until the end of this year I can make stuff happen. And I'm not saying too much the word stuff. In my own language I can speak more in depth words, explain more stuff. But um, for now, I believe it's just that I can. It's just that the way I can explain myself. I don't recommend anyone to see these first videos I made because it can get really boring. Um, I can guarantee to anyone that is hearing this this video that is not a video, um, that I don't have any planning. I'm just, you know, turning on the computer, begin to recording, not recording to send the transmission through OBS, and just just that. I'm not really caring much for details, but with time I will show things my recordings. If my recordings are bad about the microphone sound, I'm trying to do the best I can here, and we'll see with time to improve as I notice that some things are being recorded in the video. But I believe for now it's just that I need to make things happen. Um, well, one last thing. Why I need really to change the place where I work. The place I work nowadays, it's funny if I can explain this really summarize it as best as I can. I work in a place that are nowadays are a few programmers, and there was more people than myself, much more. And this enterprise, it's not software factory. And my bosses are trying to make this factory a software factory, but they are doing everything bad, everything wrong. All the principles that are teach are doing wrongly, and the amount of disrespect been receiving through more than 3 years of work, and I have already dealt with that much time. But the more disrespect is that when you see that one of bo- the bosses that I have to deal with are really trying to get rid of me and another 2 or 3 colleagues, um, and he so focus so um, remember the word. Okay. Obstinance. Well, one of these bosses is obstinate to get rid of us. Um, it's about something that I have learned, hard lesson that I have learned um, in the last year. Um, about people You know, sometimes in many types of jobs, there are people that can deal with the risks of having his or her own opinion. And when someone see um, not irregularities, but not just irregularities, but um, something unjust things being done to your colleagues, not just to yourself, but to other colleagues, and you try to take action about it, and and simply, well, things are not fair. I tried to take action about it, try to organize people so we could talk to the one of the other bosses, one of the two bosses. Don't ask me why how we have two bosses in the same enterprise, but and both of them have the same level of power. So one cannot expel the other or outrank the other. So you have like two two lords to serve at the same time, and one of them begin to make stuff really unjust stuff to many people through many time, through much time, months and months. And there is a moment that um, just can not support. You can simply uh, support. No, the word. G. I don't know if these words are the ones. Well, I couldn't cope. I couldn't cope with what was happening. I simply couldn't deal with and try to forget about it. So I took action and tried to organize people to talk to this other boss, and tried to tried to have some conversations with the directors of the enterprise, the company, about the second boss. And in the end, this first boss suggested that we write down a letter saying what was happening to the directors, and we, I and some people with some kind of with innocency, we wrote down this letter and signed it and gave this letter to him. He didn't sign the letter because we before he asked, he suggested the letter. We made a reunion and speaking. Each one of us speaking, exposing what was happening and how the team, the team was feeling. The team was feeling about of all of this, but um, in the end, he didn't sign the letter, but he sent the letter up to the directors. The end of the story, it was four people were I just forget the word in English. It's something that are usual to use. You have the word get hired, but the contrary. Anton. Idle. Hired, idle. Disengaged, let go, lost, issues. Unemployed, no. In-house, internal, income. Disengaged. Some people are disengaged. Fired. Remember now. Four people. Four people were fired from the enterprise. I was not one of them, but I really, really get nervous about that. I was inside myself. I was in rage. I was enraged about this. Because this first boss, we trusted this first boss. He's a intelligent person, but this kind of action made us don't believe more in him and see him as a person that only thinks about himself. Really sad because in more than 3 years we try to believe, as a team in each one of us. But when you see our supposedly leader, he's not a leader but just a boss that wants to keeps his job. Well, that get get that get me disappointed, really disappointed, and that's why one of the main motives, main reasons I need to get outside of this company is the second boss didn't. He will never forget the letter. The company directors send another uh, send emails to every one of us that sent the letter saying that they would not um, stand. I don't know if the word is moten. See that? Well, you should see what's the meaning. Mutinity, mutinity, mutinity. You not to send mutinity, like we were doing this stuff. Well, quite sad. I mean, most of people throughout the months after that was where um, the rest were getting outside of the company, and only few of us stood here. But I have been lenient. I have been I have not make all the effort to go outside of the company, but now I need to make that. I'm I'm fed up with this company. I'm fed up with um, the to see this second boss that doesn't know how even make how to transform an Microsoft document, Microsoft Doc X into PDF. He doesn't know, really, he doesn't know how to do this, and doesn't know how to do much more stuff. and what he's received as a salary, it's obscene. It's much, much, much more, much more. Not just more than 10 times my salary. Well, anyways, I'll finish the transmission now. I believe I have talked enough. The main point of this transmission is the main point of this transmission is to each day I try to do something that get me more near and near to my objectives. I want to marry my beloved one, and I will make this happen. I have the rest of this year to make it do it. Well,